This video is for educational purposes. Puebla, officially free and sovereign state of Puebla, is one of the 32 states which comprise the federal entities of Mexico. It is divided into 217 municipalities and its capital is the city of Puebla. It is located in east-central Mexico and is bordered by the states of Veracruz to the north and east, Hidalgo, Mexico, Tlaxcala and Morelos to the west, and Guerrero and Oaxaca to the south. The origins of the state lie in the city of Puebla, which was founded by the Spanish in this valley in 1531 to secure the trade route between Mexico City and the port of Veracruz. By the end of the 18th century, the area had become a colonial province with its own governor, which would become the state of Puebla, after the Mexican War of Independence in the early 19th century. Since that time the area, especially around the capital city, has continued to grow economically, mostly through industry, despite being the scene of a number of battles, the most notable of which being the Battle of Puebla. Today, the state is one of the most industrialized in the country, but since most of its development is concentrated in Puebla and other cities, many of its rural areas are undeveloped. Kindly subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends and families. Culturally, the state is home to the China Poblana, Mole Poblano, active literary and art scenes, and festivals such as Cinco de Mayo, Ritual of Quetzalcoatl, Day of the Dead celebrations, especially in Huacuécula, and Carnival, especially in Huejotzingo. It is home to 5 major indigenous groups: Nahuas, the Totonacs, the Mixtecs, the Papalocas and the Otomi, which can mostly be found in the far north and the far south of the state. The state is in the central highlands of Mexico between the Sierra Nevada and the Sierra Madre Oriental. It has a triangular shape with its narrow part to the north. It borders the states of Veracruz, Oaxaca, Guerrero, Morelos, State of Mexico, Tlaxcala, and Hidalgo. The state occupies 33,919 square kilometers, ranking 20th of 31 states in size, and has 4,930 named communities. Most of the mountains of Puebla belong to the Sierra Madre Oriental and the Trans-Mexican Volcanic Belt. The first is locally called the Sierra Norte del Puebla, entering the state from the northwest and then breaks up into the smaller chains of Sierra de Zacapoaxtla, Sierra de Huchinango, Sierra de Tezayatlan, Sierra de Tetela de Ocampo, Sierra de Chignahuapan and Sierra de Zacatlan, although these names may vary among localities. Some of the highest elevations include Apolco, Xichat, Chignahuapan, Soltepec and Tlatlaquitepec. The highest elevations are the volcanoes Pico de Orizaba or Citlaltepetl, 5,747 Masel, Popocatépetl, 5,452 Masel, Iztaccíhuatl, 5,286 Masel, and Malinche, 4,461 Masel, which are found on the state's borders with Veracruz, Mexico State and Tlaxcala respectively. In the south of the state, the major elevations are the Sierra de Atanahuacan, Zapotitlan, Lomirio al Suroeste and the Sierra de Tehuacan. Dividing much of the state from Veracruz is a small chain of mountains called the Sierra Madre del Golfo. The natural geography of the state subdivides into the Huasteco Plateau, llanuras y lomeríos son, lagos y volcanes del Anáhuac, Xiconquiaco, llanuras y sierras de Querétaro e Hidalgo, cordillera costera del sur, Mixteca Alta, sierras y valles guerrenses, sierras centrales de Oaxaca, sierras orientales and sur de Puebla. The Huasteco Plateau and the Llanuras y Lomerios zone are located in the north and northeast, with the Lagos y Volcanes del Anahuac in the center and north. Together, they account for over 50% of the state. The east and northeast are occupied by the Xiconquiaco and Lanudras y Sierras de Querétaro y Hidalgo areas and account for about 3% of the state. The Cordillera del Sur and Mixteca Alta are located in the west and southwest, covering less than 2.5% of the state. The Sur de Puebla is in the southwest and accounts for 26% of the state. Other southern subregions include the Sierras y Valles Guerrerenses, the Sierras Centrales de Oaxaca and the Sierras Orientales. Together, they account for about 15% of the state. The hydrology of Puebla is formed by 3 major river systems. One is based on the Balsas River, also known as the Atoyac, which originates with the melting runoff of the Halos, Telepan and Papagayo Mountains along with those from the Iztaccíhuatl volcano and waters from the Zahuapan River, which enters from Tlaxcala. This river receives further water from tributaries such as the Acatino, Atala, Amacuzac, Malinos and Cohetzala. The river has one major dam called Valsacalo or Manuel Avila Camacho. This river eventually flows west to the Pacific Ocean. The next system empties into the Gulf of Mexico and consists of the Pantepec, Cazones, Necaxa, Laxaxalpan, San Pedro Zune, Zempoala, Apolco, Cedro Viejo, Salteros, Martinez de la Torre and other rivers on the east side of the state. This system has two major dams called the Necaxa and Mazatepec. The third is the closed Oriental Basin, with a large number of small lakes, freshwater springs, as well as some volcanically heated springs. The best known of these include Chignahuapan, Agua Azul, Amalucan, Cisnacullas, Garza Crespo, Almoloya, and Rancho Colorado. Lakes include Chapulco, San Bernardino, Lagunas Epetlan, Ayutla, Almoloyan, Alquiquica, Powatlan, Las Minas, Aljajuca, and Tecuitlapa. Puebla has many different climates owing to its range of altitudes. It has an average temperature of 16 degrees Celsius 61 degrees Fahrenheit, but this varies greatly locally. There is a rainy season from May until October with an overall precipitation of 801 millimeters, 31.54 in. The state has 11 different climate zones, but 5 predominate. The center and south of the state has a temperate and semi-moist climate, with an average temperature of 15 degrees Celsius 59 degrees Fahrenheit and 858 millimeters, 33.78 in, of rainfall. The southwest has a warm to hot and semi-moist climate with 830 millimeters, 32.68 in, of precipitation and 22 degrees Celsius 72 degrees Fahrenheit average temperature. The north is also warm and hot, and additionally very wet. It has a 22 degrees Celsius 72 degrees Fahrenheit average temperature but with an average rainfall of 2,250 millimeters, 88.58 in. The southeast is semi-dry with warm and temperate temperatures, having an average temperature of 22 degrees Celsius 72 degrees Fahrenheit and precipitation of 550 millimeters, 21.65 in. The high volcano peaks have a cold climate. The state has three main ecosystems: tropical rainforests, forests in temperate and cold areas, and arid and semi-arid zones. Tropical forests are divided into moist, semi-moist and dry forests. Tesekambi founding de Huasteca Plateau, Xiconguiaco, Lagos y Balkans de Anáhuac, sur de Puebla, Cordillera Costera del Sur, Sierras y Valles Guerrerenses, Sierras Orientales, Sierras Centrales de Oaxaca and Mixteca Alta. The most common species include Ceiba parviflora, Becerra cimaruba, Cedrela odorata, Swiatinia macrophylla, Spondias mombin, Brosomum alicastrum, Coccoloba barbadensis, Pithecolobium arboreum, Lysoloma divaricatum, Phoebe tampacensis, Acacia coulteri and Ficus spp. These forests are also exploited for wood and other products, including traditional handcrafts. Low-growing plants are used to feed livestock. Little is known about the ecosystems of these forests, but it is known that these areas are important to the regulation of water in area rivers. Human activity has severely damaged over 32,000 hectares. Tropical forests are divided by altitude. Upper forests are characterized by dense vegetation in fairly humid climates. The tree canopy reaches an average height of 15 meters. Not all species are evergreen, with a number losing leaves during the dry season. During the same season, a number of species also flower. For this reason, these forests never completely lose their color. Common species include Cedrela sp, Brosomum alicastrum, Heliocarpus spp, Calophyllum brasiliense, Zoolania guidonia, and Ficus spp. Most forests of this type are located near the borders with Veracruz and Hidalgo. Tropical forests at lower altitudes are found in areas with median temperatures of over 20 C, and annual rainfall of between 800 and 1,200 millimeters, 47.24 in. These areas often have a dry season of 7 or 8 months, and many of these forests will lose most or all of their leaves during this time. Common species include Becerra cimaruba, Lysoloma divaricatum, Phoebe tampacensis, Acacia coulteri, Bucarnia recurvata, Lysoloma acapulcensis, and Zoolania guidonia. Colder pine, oak forests can be found in the Huasteca Plateau, Sierra de Xiconquiaco, Lagos de Volcanos de Anahuac, Sierras Orientales and Sierras Centrales de Oaxaca. Kindly subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends and families. See you in the next one.